Hey everyone, today we are looking at one of the most debated topics in comparative politics, the relationship between authoritarianism and development. While many African nations have struggled with the big bang syndrome and stagnant growth, Rwanda has emerged as a controversial but high performing anomaly. We will explore how the Rwandan model differs from the broader African political landscape and what it means for the future of the continent. Now, moving towards the theoretical part. In political science, we often use Samuel Huntington's framework. He argued that it doesn't matter what type of government you have, whether you have democracy or autocracy, as much as it matters that how much government you have. Political development is about building institutions that can survive a change in leadership. In many developing nations, when a leader leaves, the system collapses. Development, therefore, is the transition from the person based system to a rule based system. Now, coming towards the traditional African model. To understand Rwanda, we must look at the reminder model, the standard post colonial experience in Africa. For decades, many states fell into neo patrimonialism. This is where the leaders treat the national treasury like their personal bank account. Resources are used to buy the loyalty of ethnic groups or military generals. This leads to clientelism, where the state only functions for those who are politically connected, leaving the rest of the population in poverty. Now moving towards the Rwanda's point of departure, which happened in 1994. Rwanda's story is actually a radical departure. After the 1994 genocide, the country was a failed state in the literal sense. There were no judges, no teachers, no money. The RPF leadership made a calculated decision. They believed that the Western model of multi party democracy would lead to another genocide by encouraging ethnic mobilization. They choose a path of security first, trade second, and liberty third. Now, moving towards the Rwandan model. The Rwandan model is defined by developmental patrimonialism. Unlike other leaders who steal money and send it to Swiss banks, the RPF uses its party owned enterprises to fund national projects. This is state led capitalism. They also use imihigo and ancient cultural practices of performance contracts. If a local official fails to meet their development targets, they face public accountability. This is why Rwanda's streets are clean and its bureaucracy is efficient. It is a system of extreme discipline. Now coming towards the comparison, which is between Rwanda and the continental standard. So when we compare Rwanda to its neighbors, the differences are striking. In the standard model, corruption is a leak that drains the state. In Rwanda, corruption is treated as a treason. While many African states suffer from short-termism, where politicians only care about the next election, Rwanda operates on a 30-year vision. However, the trade-off is clear. Has high state capacity but very low political competition. Now coming towards the criticism part and the illiberal paradox. So we cannot have a complete political analysis without looking at the cause. Scholars call this illiberal development. While the GDP has soared and poverty has halved, the political space is incredibly tight. There is almost no press freedom and opposition figures often end up in prison or exile. This raises the ultimate comparative politics question. Is the Rwandan model sustainable or is it a pressure cooker that will eventually explode once the President Kagame steps down? So moving towards the conclusion part. In conclusion, Rwanda provides the powerful counter narrative to the idea that Africa cannot develop it. It shows that with discipline and institutional capacity, rapid modernization is possible. However, it also serves as a warning that economic success doesn't always equal political freedom. As students of politics, we must ask that is Rwanda a blueprint for the rest of the Africa, or is it a unique case that can only exist under the leader as dominant as Paul Kagame? So that was all about the political development, especially from the perspective of Rwanda. Thank you.